Welcome back to the 6 o'clock news. 28-year-old Irfan Ali is Guyana's new housing and water minister. Ali has been sworn in by President Barry Jaldil, and the new minister says he plans to build on the foundation already set to develop the housing and water sector. Natasha Smith has more.
The new housing and water minister says he will continue to build on what has already been set in train by the PPP government's approach to providing housing and water for Guyanese. He says his task is to ensure that the housing and water services are delivered efficiently and effectively, and that emphasis will be placed on occupation of allotted house plots and the development of the water sector.
There's a lot of work that's already been done. We have to continue pressing forward. There are a lot of housing schemes. We have to get the people to go and occupy housing areas, so take up their lots, so they will be allocated. We have also some issues with cup spotting that we'll have to deal with. There is also, a new loan that is being negotiated with IDB. So this is a very challenging area. The ministry is very challenging, but I'm looking forward for the challenge to look at the whole Central Housing and Planning Authority and to see how better we can deliver the service.
Ali says he is very acquainted with the sector since he was responsible for planning for the sector as a state planner at the Ministry of Finance. He possesses a professional designation in project management, a master's degree from the Institute of Applied Manpower Research in India, and a postgraduate diploma and a Bachelor of Arts honors in International Business Management. He has experience working as a regional planner at the State Planning Secretariat and as program manager at the Caribbean Development Bank Funded Program Implementation Unit. Ali succeeds the former Minister of Housing and Water, Harry Narain Melbat, who is now serving as Guyana's ambassador to Brazil. Since his departure, Minister of Transport and Hydraulics, Robeson Ben, has been responsible for the ministry. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.
Several forms of support have been identified by the Ministry of Agriculture for farmers who are being affected by the current rainy season, some of which includes the provision of market linkages that is being provided by the new Guyana Marketing Corporation, which is scheduled to start on Saturday. Here's more in this report.
The Minister of Agriculture has deployed some 30 technical officers, of which 17 are veterinarians, visiting communities providing health care and technical support to farmers. Agriculture Minister Robert Prasad says the crops and livestock team was ongoing from the inception and working with farmers to provide the necessary support, particularly in regions 3 to 6. And now with the more intense rainfall, this had to be extended to regions 1 and 10. Additionally, the new JMC has also been meeting with farmers to ensure the availability of agricultural products for both local and overseas markets. In this regard, Minister Prasad outlined that there is no shortage, but it's a matter of availability.
Some areas are affected more than others. And whilst across the country there might not be a shortage based on the data, we notice that there's unevenness in availability in some parts. Take, for instance, in the markets in Georgetown. And what the new GMT has been doing is identifying those areas whereby supply or production has not been affected and looking at ways in which those areas where there's a dip in production, you can have supply coming in.
The support offered by the ministry is incorporated into the $100 million relief package to get farmers back into productivity levels. The ministry has identified a task force to analyze and review the impacts of the floods on farms.
And very soon, starting this weekend, we'll commence the process of verification. And verification with the aim of within 2 to 3 weeks' time to be able to commence various activities in terms of providing support to the farmers.
The MMA ADA has already implemented fuel assistance in their area for farmers to pump accumulated water off their land. Ernestine Jagnuran reporting for the NCN News.
The initially allegedly kidnapped medical doctor Sam Sundar Lekram says he is not sure if he will continue to practice in his profession. Details in this report.
Who returned home from Suriname Monday last were released yesterday afternoon after being held by police. According to police report, the two East Coast Demerara residents, 27-year-old Dr. Sam Sundar Lekram of Section B Nonpareil and his fiancée, 25-year-old Radhika Dwarka of Block CC Monrepo, were found alive and well at the home of Lekram's father at Nonpareil.
The couple reportedly staged their kidnapping on January 4 after leaving their car on the Kingston seawall just outside the headquarters of the Criminal Investigations Department. Initial questioning of the couple by police indicated that Dr. Sam Sundar Lekram felt pressured by his family to take up the medical profession. He consequently became frustrated and, following discussions with Ms. Dwarka, decided to go away. When MCN spoke to the doctor today, he says he is not in a state of mind to discuss the issue. He, however, indicated that he is not sure whether he will continue to practice in the medical field. Dr. Lekram was recently employed by the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, but left office in July 2008. But should he decide to practice medicine, would he be allowed to? A source close to the medical council says when the matter is fully investigated by the police, only then a decision can be made by the medical council on the doctor's future in the profession. Another medical professional believes mere reluctance to continue in the profession provides some doubt about whether one should be allowed to practice. Onika Jones, this is Glock News.
Residents of the new Diamond Housing Scheme are calling on the Neighborhood Democratic Council in the area to clear unsightly mounds of garbage there. Concerned residents are hoping that the authorities would catch the perpetrators of the act and bring them to justice. The widespread dumping of garbage along the Western Reserve, where there are vacant house lots, has become the norm. One resident told this newscast that a vehicle may have been used to transport the waste to the area.